I came to the Vista Family Center in 1981, looking for a child care for my daughter. Vista Family Center was founded in 1977. You will get to hear more from the video that have the kids, the youth who tell the story. I can just say part of my story. We live on Centinela, close to between Culver and Washington Boulevard, and I used to walk from there to the Enos Lawson with my daughter. And during those years, in the 80s, there was really dangerous. There was with gang issues. People who are familiar or who knew about that community, it was a street that not even the police wanted to get there because it was dark. The street was with all these pots and holes. There was the trees that were never trimmed. I was in my 20s. I didn't know what it was against me, so I didn't know how dangerous was the street. The only thing I knew that I needed a place for my children, and I need a place where I can take them so they can learn. So Vista was founded by a group of ladies who were people who live in the Pacific Palisades, Santa Monica, who had this vision to create a program where parents and educators can work together. They used to run a licensed state program on Venice, right on Rose and Lincoln. It was not working for them because they didn't have that communication or interaction with the parents. They were there from Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they would not see the parents, not into just to drop the kids, pick up the kids, and go home and come back to start all over with the kids. So they decided that that's not working for them. So they moved to this area, and they approached that time the council member, Pat Russell. So Pat Russell say they were in the bungalow at the Pine Del Rey Elementary School for 2 years. And then when they approached Pat Russell, say, I have an area in my district that it might work. So they built the Vista Family Center there, and they built the Calvus Lawson Park. So that we are right behind the bike path where is the Bayona Creek. Unfortunately, there was challenges. 3 weeks after they had opened the center, the gang set fire to the building. Lessons that they will learn, and they come up with the idea. The only thing that how this is going to work is to train members from the community to take over the leadership. That's why they developed a curriculum they call the shared responsibility training. It empowers individuals as we learn to take personal responsibility for our lives, family, and community. That we were parents over there, and I was one of them, became the first preschool director. When I took over the program, we were just 24 families, had a very small budget of $80,000. We had the center in the building that belongs to Recreation and Parks. But the challenges that were there. We couldn't have meetings like we have in here because the gangs, they would not allow us to do that. So they used to have other places to hide where they can actually have the meetings to deal with the issues that we were having during those years. I personally, as a parent going over there, my husband, he was very scared. At that time, he was working at UCLA, and he felt like I should not be there with my kids. But then at the same time, I felt like I cannot close my eyes to things that is happening in the community, even like I wasn't living on that street, but I feel like there was a program that I believe that it was working and that can make a difference. So that was in 1981 when I got over there. I got involved volunteering, teaching dance classes, working with the director from the preschool, organizing events, outreaching the gang members, trying to remove the graffiti, cleaning the streets. So we start little by little engaging some of the people. Later, we had the opportunity to touch probably some of the gang members that we had the opportunity to expand to one of where's the preschool and hire some of the gang members and use the same curriculum that we were using with our parents and our children, using it with the gang members. As they were learning to take personal responsibility of the life, but also learning life skills, job skills, that it really helps them. So I started my first youth program with gang members in the community. And, but was not a solution, was not solve the problem. We continued through the years. So it was years for challenges that happened around there. But I can go on and on and on. It took a whole community, children's, parents, whole families, educators, and also start working and learning to work with others outside where it's the immediate community, working with the schools, working with the church, to really to outreach and make the changes. The time that they invested into that community and wanted to make a difference. And I think that's one thing that I wanted to show you today to the video. First of all, the video was done by one of our former preschoolers. And it was the one who did the video, and it was directed and worked with another former preschooler. So it was actually our students who did this, former students, and now they're young adults, but they have the passion. Wow.
Vista doesn't just focus on kids, but it focuses on any aspect of a family, like the elders, the actual children, the parents, and how they really want to connect all that together and help in any aspect they can.
If it wasn't for Wi-Fi and Mar Vista and the preschool and all the programs here, I wouldn't have met the people that worked with me for the past 14 years, helping me with whatever I need, always being kind and bringing me into this family.
It really changed me in that I feel much more confident in myself, and my leadership skills have improved drastically since I've been here.
Time that I usually stay until 7. I honestly don't know why I stay that long, but I just do. It's I don't know, it makes me feel safe. It keeps my mind off the negativity that's around me. I want to stick with this community for a while. I want to help as much as I can and hopefully make a difference.
It's a center like us that really needs to step up and be the people who do it. We've been here for a long time, and I feel like I want it to be here for many, many other people.
I moved up to the community in 1981. When I first met Marista, now I'm a great-granddaddy.
We were part of this community, and we were taking the community back from not from gangbanging or not from drugs, none of that, but taking it for us, to us to feel proud of where we lived.
And I used to live there. I would ask my parents for, shoes, and they couldn't afford to give me the shoes, Sometimes there wasn't food in the table, Those were hard challenges. So I think at one point I started seeing Mar Vista as my second home. I know I wouldn't have gone to college if I wouldn't have been involved in these programs. And now I think I'm like a professional. I try to be more confident about myself, and I think it's because, Mar Vista Family Center and my parents kind of coming together and making sure that I'm going to be okay and that I'm going to keep going the right path.
We're learning to work better, to do things different, but we still have problems in the community. And if we don't have that place, where are we going to get the guidance, the help that we need around here?
I hope that the center's here for 40, 50, 60 more years. We're in a place now that it's tough to get funding, and it's unfortunate, but without the center here, there will be more victims. Whether that's victims of violence, whether that's victims of not going to school, victims of whatever you want to have, that's what's going to happen. Because this is a place that is safe, that provides you with an opportunity to learn new things. And, you can't ask for something better than that.
I just want to say thank you, because you guys are part of me. I take you with me everywhere I go. I tell people about the program, the change you guys made in me. And I'm very blessed to have you guys in my life. Thank you.
Like I say, you get to hear the story through the youth. Got to see some of those youth that they show pictures when they were participants in the program, like Rocio that she was talking. There was another picture where she was a little girl there. Got to see Marcial with the gray hair, and he was a father. One of the men was laying on the floor, and the little one was in his back. That little kid that was in his back is in college right now. He has 4 kids, and the 4 kids are in college right now. One graduated from college. Marcial was one of those gang members that I worked with him. And how his daughter, his older daughter, she's one of our preschool teachers. And I can go on and on into all these years, 41 years that Mar Vista has been open. And it has transformed the life of many families. Personally, it transformed my life. I have 3 children, and my 3 children attended the Mar Vista Family Center preschool. I used to clean houses when I came to Mar Vista. That was my job. And I never thought that I would be one day leading this organization. But I think that's one of the things that I got there. It was, I feel like I need to give back. I need to give back, and that's part of that responsibility. That I feel responsible for a community. I feel responsible. I feel like I live in a country that I have received so much, and then as much as I can do to give back. And I think that's something that we say to people when they come to Mar Vista. People that come to Mar Vista, we have opportunities. People that we come to this country, we have opportunities. But depend on us, how much we want to take, and how do we give back to others. And I think that's something that people understand over there. Their commitments, when they come as little kids. Before, I would say that the kids would not graduate from high school. Most of the time, people ended up joining gangs. Now, I can tell you 85 to 95, sometimes to 100% of kids graduate from high school, go to college, graduate from college, and come back to serve their community. And I think that that's one of the things that it's been happening for all these years. Parents, only thing they will have, feel like, okay, you graduate from high school, that's fine, you can go work someplace else. No, now they understand the importance of education, not just for the children, but also for themselves. How important it is to prepare themselves and how they can support. I can say my 3 kids, I feel so proud to say, like, my 3 kids graduated from college, they got their master's programs, and the life changed. Why? Because the support that I got over there. And I say, like, my own story, there's many, many stories there. And I think that's something that we can say that it happened because there was someone there who really have a vision and who care and engage other people to come over and do the work that they did. And I think that's something that we wanted to continue. And every year, like into a vision, that we say one of the visions that we had as part that was looking at strategic planning, say like, oh, we would like to have a bike path where the kids can be safe. We would like to have a community garden. We would like to, so we have all that. And so we see that, but now it's like, how can we prepare the people to continue doing what they're doing? But the truth is like, you hear Oscar saying, challenges. Mar Vista is 100% private funded. We don't receive any government funding. When Mar Vista started, it was, yes, we got the city government for a while, but it's been like 15 years or more that we don't receive any government funding. We constantly have to do fundraising. Foundations, corporations, individual donors, events, or anything that we can do. Even like the kids and the families, they like to sell or do whatever they can do to support the program. Because we do believe that we can make a difference in our lives. And we know that we cannot sit down and just wait. That we need to take responsibility. And that we need to engage family, we need to engage the community to work together and to find the best solutions. That was the original idea and vision of the founder, main visionary founder, Betty Factor, was to work in collaboration with families, community, educators, that we can find the best solutions. And we always say to the families, we're here but we don't have all the answers. Not because we're educators, we have the solution. We need to work together, so together we can find the best solutions. And I always like to invite people to come over to visit Mar Vista. Get to see, it's not the same thing I'm talking about it, that people come in actually and see what's happening into our community. And there's constantly events happening over there. So anytime that you would like to come and stop by, or you riding your bike, just stop by. The community garden is over there, and so you can stop by to get some water, but we're there, and you are welcome to come anytime. And we're very happy that we got to meet Jeanette. That's when she came over there, and hear her vision, and I said, yes, but yes, I have my concerns. My concerns are this, and my concerns, I'm sure, are going to be the concerns of the community. And that was true. They come as like, as long as we have what's going to happen? How is that going to happen? They have the same questions. But I think the community get engaged when they feel like there's something positive going to happen. They're really to work.